and good morning. Welcome to Lippert Live. Here it is, April 26th. We are coming to you live right now on Lippert social media channels. If you are following us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you may be watching, make sure you like this video and let us know in the comments any suggestions, anything you learned from today, or just your overall thoughts as we head into the weekend. For those watching on Lippert Scouts, welcome everybody. We have Grace and Jill and Bob and Jeffrey and Linda and so many more coming into the chat right now watching on Lippert Communities. Lippert Communities is a free app you can download on iOS and Android. Join in with over thousands of campers. Throughout Lippert Scouts, we have over 20,000 members right now who are just sharing their Lippert, their camping experience. So whether that's Lippert products, whether that's any type of unit you may own, maybe feedback on a product that you own, maybe something could be a little bit better, maybe you're surprised that it's that something is made this way, whatever the case may be, we want your feedback, and Lippert Scouts is the community to be able to get that feedback heard by a whole bunch of teams within Lippert. I mean, a variety of folks that are on the Lippert team inside Lippert Scouts watching and monitoring what's being talked about. What are the hot topics right now? So if there's a hot topic on your mind, make sure you're getting into Lippert Scouts. I want to thank, we have the Restless Russells watching from New Mexico. I don't know if they necessarily chose to watch from New Mexico this week. That's a story. Make sure you're following the Restless Russells, our friends there. Good morning, Travis. Travis, thank you for tuning in each week. It's awesome to see you in here. Ty, Cindy. Basically, if you want to get in and comment on this video, we can chat. Let's chat with all the fellow viewers who are watching in here right now, including Felicia is watching on Facebook right now. So hello, everybody. We're going to start getting into some of the things that are happening this week all throughout Lippert and our Lippert communities. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in and giving us a chance today on your Friday, the last Friday of April. Can you believe that already? It is the last Friday of April. Happening this week, a lot going on. But for those folks that might have been in San Antonio, Texas, along the route of the Flipping Nomad, you can see Courtney there talking to some RV owner school attendees. Lippert RV owner school did take place in San Antonio, Texas this week. We had quite a good turnout. The Flipping Nomad and the Ultimate Fusion were there, and a good time was had by all. This is a place, RV Owner School, where you can get your questions answered by Lippert technical experts right there in person, and the class can be a little bit of hands-on learning, a little bit of a Q&A, if you will. If you have a question going in, make sure you get that question answered. But it is really what you make of it to make sure that you are happy and knowledgeable with the things you want to be knowledgeable on your unit. Emily is in the chat. Good morning, Emily. So yeah, RV Owner School. Make sure you are following RV Owner School. If you're unfamiliar, go to lippert.com and support right now, and you can check out dates in the future, including coming up in Eugene, Oregon, Tuesday, June 18th, a one-day RV Owner School, lci.ink/RVOS 2024, the website you see on the bottom right of your screen there. You can check that out right now and head for all registration information. Of course, RV Owner School will be having 3-day classes in Mishawaka, Indiana, so northern Indiana, at the Lippert Technical Institute. So 3 days of hands-on learning, Q&As, food provided for you for lunch each day. So that's really awesome. So head on over to lippert.com and get all the information about RV Owner School, some of the technical experts right now in the chat there to be able to go over. Super cool too, online. Maybe you're not able to get physically to an RV Owner School. Make sure you are checking out the Lippert support website, because there are online webinars that you can view anytime for free. So on demand learning webinars that you can access. And right now on the Lippert YouTube channel too, subscribe on Lippert YouTube. We created a Lippert Technical Institute, so specifically for the Technical Institute. Check that out right now. We've posted about it in Lippert Scouts, so make sure you're following Lippert Scouts, the community. We are going to be doing videos from our Lippert Technical Institute on topics that are hot for the RV owner. A lot of basics, maybe a lot of in-depth, more and more coming at that right now. So make sure you're following us on YouTube. I want to welcome all of our new Lippert Scouts. Lippert Scouts is a free Facebook group. You can also check us out on Lippert Communities, the app available on iOS and Android. In there, again, you're going to be able to get community with fellow other scouts, but it is a feedback forum where you can tell all of your yays, your nays about your RV experience to us and our product development team, our researchers, and all folks all throughout Lippert can see what the hot topics are with the RV community. And one of our moderators, Joe, posted this week. I want to see if anyone in the chat has topics on this right now. If you are watching live, what are you thinking about the topic of slide toppers? Joe went in there posting a little bit about his experience with his slide toppers. You can see there, they dramatically reduce the noise created by rain. They keep water out of your top seals. A lot of comments going on there. Some folks who maybe had slide toppers and had different experiences. Some folks who have thought about slide toppers but haven't quite been pushed to get it onto their unit. What are your thoughts on the slide toppers in general? Go interact with the several comments. A very polarizing topic. Super cool to see all the feedback on slide toppers. And doesn't even have to be a Lippert. Do you have anything on your slides right now that are preventing that moisture to get in? What has been your feedback? Lippert teams want to know about that right now. So thank you, Joe, for posting. Jill in the chat says, we love our slide toppers. Linda, love our slide toppers. We got a lot of love, a lot of not so love, and that is completely okay. Go on in there and let us know about your experiences with the slide toppers. Speaking of Joe, he's hosting one of these events, but these are some upcoming events that our scouts are leading and want to see as many Lippert scouts and RV owners across the nation at these events as we can. Cool little camping meetups and gatherings. You can check out more in Lippert Scouts on what past experiences has been like. Camping with the Cooks, it kicks off in just, under 2 months now, beginning of June up in Michigan. Scout meetup happening in many places all throughout. I know right now, Northern Indiana. Jill, who is in our chat right now, is hosting an event in Bristol in Northern Indiana. So a lot of different events that you can be a part of. Maybe you were looking for somewhere to camp later on this summer and want to do it with some folks that maybe you've talked to online but never seen in person before. Head to the events tab in Lippert Scouts and check out more information on that right now. Inside Lippert Scouts on the Lippert Communities app, we have a feedback opportunity going on right now on awnings. So if you have opinions, yay, nay, indifferent, whatever the case may be, if you have opinions on awnings, your personal opinion on your awning, maybe an experience you had previously, maybe you've tried different companies that have produced awnings and you have positive feedback, negative feedback, whatever the case may be, we have an awning survey available right now and we want RV owners to fill that out because that is going directly to the Lippert teams that have to do with awnings and want to make sure that we are getting the best experience out there for the future awnings that go on these rigs. So as you fill out these surveys, you're not only helping yourself, but you're maybe helping future campers out there, especially the newer campers that don't know everything all about these units quite yet. So thank you for filling out that survey. George is in the chat. Joe is in the chat. Hello, everybody. We got good morning from the Sega rally in Brunswick, Georgia. Ty is coming from Georgia today right now. This was National Volunteer Week. We talked last week a little bit about some of the upcoming events that were happening. Lippert was really all over the place. We were in Florida for a Tiffin rally. Volunteer Week happenings were happening all over the place. Of course, Monday was Earth Day, so they kind of coincide together, just making our communities a more beautiful and welcoming place for campers who go all around. You might ask, why is Lippert in the game of volunteering and really emphasizing serve opportunities? It's because we are in the camping community. The camping community is everywhere. You may be living in Indiana and you travel quite often to Ohio, Illinois, Michigan. Maybe you're in Florida and during the summer months you get up north and you're going to different communities. The camping community is everywhere. So if we can help together, it's not just this location, it's all over the place. You can see some photos of some team members there taking part in a local pack out up here in Indiana. If you've ever been to an RV rally in Indiana, you're familiar with this building at the Elkhart County Fairgrounds. You've probably been here if you are a rally attendee in the summer. So thank you to all the Lippert team members that were taking place on any of the various packouts, any of the volunteer opportunities. I tell you what, there were a lot of photos from all over the place of people serving, not just through Lippert, but Earth Day activities that I know some of you campers were at. You were posting your photos online via social media, so it was super cool to see all of that this week. Thank you so much for taking part in Volunteer Week. I wanted to bring Michaela Grimes was a leader of this, not only this volunteer activity, but Serve, our Serve initiative, SERV. You can find out Serve at servewithpurpose.com. But Michaela's been leading this ever since 2020 and beyond, really making sure that we get out there and serve our community and help other campers serving theirs. Edgar Cabello, if you've been following the last few weeks of Lippert Live, Edgar Cabello from Leadership Development sat down with Michaela before one of these local packouts started to talk a little bit about what Volunteer Week is, what these packouts are, and why Lippert gets involved. So I wanted to share that with you right now.
Good to see you. Always good to see you too. Hey, we're here at our pack out event for 2024.
Yep.
And you were just telling me we got a little bit of history going on here. So when did this thing get started and like what happens?
Yeah, so 2020, we introduced the Volunteer Week pack out because nonprofits were not able to host individuals to serve with all the restrictions.
Yeah, COVID, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
So we turned one of our plants, Plant 91, they were getting ready to move out of that building and move some new equipment in.
Yeah.
So we had a very short window to have a volunteer event, and we're like, why don't we create our own pack out?
Yeah.
So we could have 100 people that first year. We had to tape the floor 6 feet apart.
That's right.
Wear masks,
That's
the
right.
whole 9 yards. But it was a lot of fun to see everyone get together to serve, and it was the first event everyone could be together at in the company. So it was a great time.
It's very cool because like this thing is obviously we're packing this time food, right? We've done school supplies and things like that in the past.
Yep.
So there's a lot of good that comes out of it, but like it's also good to get everybody in the room together, isn't it?
Yes, it's such a great feeling to be able to just serve alongside one another and see team members that you haven't seen in a while. But truthfully, that year in 2020 and every year since, we reach out to the nonprofits, ask what kind of items they could use. So we're also not just getting them items that they won't use. We're very intentional about the organizations we give to and make sure it's items that they feel their customers could need and use.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because like we in a lot of our shops, they're serving in a lot of different ways. And this is like the one time a year where everybody kind of gangs up on one thing, right?
Yep.
And so there's a lot of energy and excitement around it.
Yeah, and what I love is not just here. Like this is our big event here locally, but around the globe, people are participating in Lippert's Volunteer Week because it also happens to be National Volunteer Week.
Of course, yeah,
So we have plants all over posting photos, sharing to social, just getting involved and giving back as a team. And it makes us feel like one big team, even though we're miles apart.
Yeah, that's right. Because we were just talking to somebody today from the Boise area. And so they got their events going on right now. So the same night as ours. And tonight doesn't get everybody, right? Because even though this is a big building at the Elkhart County 4-H Fairground, you couldn't fit everybody in here.
No.
Like last night was our first event. And then we have another one tonight. Like what could people expect to see happening here this evening?
Yeah, so tonight we'll have between 500 and 650 team members.
Wow.
We have specific jobs for everyone to do. They'll be packing out, like you said, items for a local nonprofit. And really, we're here to have a good time. Afterwards, we have Ben's Pretzels and some ice cream for them to enjoy. So it's all about engaging with our team members and our community and showing them, hey, this is how we can get involved and reminding them why we get involved.
And the other thing too, like, cause I was talking to somebody today, I'm like, hey, are you going to the pack out tonight? And they're just like, oh, I go every year. He's like, that's when I get to see all the people I don't normally get to see in my work day.
Yeah.
So, you know, people get to, it's kind of a social event as well, right?
100%. And a lot of our team members have worked in different parts of the organization.
That's right. Yeah.
So to be back with maybe some of the plant team members that they used to work with, and they're here together tonight share stories, see one another, high five.
Yeah, right on.
Usually some dancing breaks out. I mean, we just try to have fun with it.
This is our 5th year doing this. Like, what would you say you've seen the impact be, like, since this thing got going? Obviously, humble beginnings, COVID, 6-foot restrictions, masked up. Those things have kind of mostly gone away.
Yeah.
So, but how have you seen this thing evolve over the years now?
Oh man, I would say just the team members' engagement with
Yeah.
it, showing up with a positive attitude and knowing the difference that they're making. And it's really spurred a lot of neat ideas from our team members' perspective on different ways we can get involved in the communities.
That's right.
And to me, that's the most meaningful, to hear from them and see how they want to get involved, their ideas for the next big event.
Yeah.
It just means that everyone wants to take part in it.
Again, thanks to you and your team for pulling it off, because you guys have done an amazing job.
Thank you, Edgar. There are so many people that help pull this off. And without them, we wouldn't be able to put on something so huge. So it truly is a team effort by many different hands. And we're just thankful that people want to be a part of it and want to help lead it.
It's definitely growing. Really appreciate that.
I am now here at our headquarters, the showroom, the retail showroom, with Dan and Becky Taylor, who are getting a new anti-lock braking system installed on your Brinkley RV unit. Tell us a little bit about what led you to here and why are we excited to be getting this unit?
Oh gosh, so many things. What led us here? So finding about the giveaway, quarterly giveaway that was going on, I think was a happy accident.
Okay.
We ran across that one day on the internet looking at different equipment and saw that and thought, what the heck, I'll give that a try.
Why not?
And it sounded like an opportunity for an excellent type of technology that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And so that's that happy accident, I guess, is what led us toward doing the ABS giveaway option and waiting to see what happened with that. So, and then what was the second half of your question?
And here we are. Well, we're getting the ABS system, but that's not, you basically dropped off your unit at our service facility this morning. What else have we done today?
We toured the Axle facility. And
Plant 45, right next to our service facility
right
in
next
Goshen.
to it.
Yeah.
Tim directed us through that, and he gave us the most incredible tour, more knowledge, and he is such a good leader in that building. You can see it. He knows everybody by name. He talks to everybody. They smile when they see him coming. And when he was demonstrating what they would do to clear a piece of steel or part of the axle, as soon as he would say the words, the people on the line were measuring and remeasuring. And then he would talk about it moving to this, and it moved automatically. It was amazing how well he knows what goes on in that plant and how well everybody works together.
Yeah, it was very impressive to see the traceability elements that have been put in place to make sure that your quality is kept at a very high standard, that each one of those labels is traceable back to the bolt torques on the shackle so that they knew exactly for that particular axle how things were assembled and that it was set to correct quality standards.
Yeah, Tim was describing a lot of the different policies and processes in place like that, you know, on almost every section of the tour. Was there anything that surprised you going through the axle plant, or maybe something you weren't quite expecting?
When they freeze a piece of this rubber, and then four pieces of it go in there in sort of a triangle shape, but then it thaws so quickly because it's hot, and now it circles and it gives give to
for the torsion axle.
Yes.
Yeah, we were on that tour, the three of us and Morgan, my teammate, and we looked at each other and like, this is our favorite part of this tour. Every time. I've probably been through Plant 45 quite a few times, and that every time we get to that section, because it's like the main event, I get there at the end. Yeah. So super cool. You're here. Now we're at the Furrion building that has become Lippert headquarters. We're in the retail showroom showing off some of the different accessories and brands that we have that maybe not everyone knows about. And you also met a special person here on this tour of this facility as well.
Yeah, it was great to meet Jason Lippert and to just chat a few minutes, and it was great just to share our experience so far with our Brinkley and what we're hoping for in the future, and some of our travel plans,
and shared travel experiences too. It sounds like you've camped and you've gone on vacation in some of the same spots too.
Yes.
It's a small world, this RV
It is
world.
a small world, but it was good to see how much he knows about the business, and the core values are posted. I can see them right outside there, and everyone that we've met at Lippert lives them. And this is Serve Week, and you've got one more night, and all the great things that you've done for your community and the people that you're working with is superior.
Well, thank you. Thank you for saying that. Didn't prompt anyone to say anything during this, but I appreciate it. It is really one of those things. We talk about it on Lippert Live, and Jason's a big proponent of this when he's on social media. It's not things that every company is doing. It's not things that every company even thinks that they should be doing. But we're a big part of this community already. We might as well make sure we're giving back to the community that we're a part of, because this is RV capital of the world. There's a lot of folks in RV, and there's a lot of people watching what you're doing and want to be a part of it. So it's super cool. I'm glad you came here during this week. It's National Volunteer Week, so you got a chance to hear about some of the serve initiatives that we have going on. You got a chance to meet some of the people here at the plants. And now as you go forward with this anti-lock braking system on your unit, we were joking earlier that you hope you never have to notice it. But how much more comfortable do you think you're going to be now traveling in this newer Brinkley unit that you have with the safety of ABS?
I'm going to be much happier. I'm convinced. I saw some ABS braking demonstrations online. I can't wait to put it into action. It's just going to be so much of a upgrade, and not everybody gets this opportunity, and we feel very lucky to have received it.
Certainly seeing the demonstrations have been one thing, but hearing the testimony today from Jason and other people talking about the system, that the fact that it is on all the time, I understand that, but I didn't expect that I would notice much difference during normal driving situations. But now we're kind of expecting that we will see a difference and that it will actually be a significant improvement in just normal situations. So that'll be great. I'm really looking forward to finding out about that.
So leaving our facility with this ABS, you'll have to tell us about your experience driving back. You're from just north of Cincinnati, so you don't have a long travel, but you have what is usually a very wet and especially in the winter slippery travel. So it's going to be a fun experience for you, a good experience, I hope, and we're going to follow up and find out more about how you're using the anti-lock braking system in the future. But Dan and Becky, I'm so glad you were able to make this trip this week.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. You've treated us beyond nice. It's the royal treatment that we got. Thank you very much.
I did tell them to say that.
No, they didn't.
Thanks, Lippert. It was wonderful.
There you have it. Wonderful visit. Wonderful visit from our friends Dan and Becky. Thank you so much for not only participating in the giveaway when that was running, but coming all the way here to Elkhart to claim your prize. And now we'll be looking forward to the feedback that you have on the anti-lock braking system. Dan and Becky were wonderful guests. I will say that. And I think I even may have seen Becky in the chat on Lippert Scouts today. So a wonderful place to get your feedback on the anti-lock braking system. And for all viewers, a wonderful place Lippert Scouts is to get your feedback on all things your camping experience and Lippert. Plus, if you have a question out there about a Lippert product, many fellow scouts will be eager to help you out and share their knowledge. Plus, as always, if you need immediate help from Lippert itself, make sure you are giving our customer care center a call, an email, or interacting with our live virtual assistant on lippert.com. All information for our customer care center can be found at lippert.com. So make sure you are checking that out immediately. Because you never know when something might pop up, and you want to make sure that you can get immediate assistance right there. So we're always eager to quickly help at the Lippert Customer Care Center. I want to thank everyone, Steve in the chat for sharing his experience with the Lippert anti-lock braking system and the sway control. Don in the chat, Christy, Joe, Tammy and Grace meeting up there in the Lippert Communities chat. Thanks everyone for watching. As always, make sure you're leaving a comment on this video with anything you may have learned, any suggestions that you have, any experience with your own Lippert products that you want to share. And make sure you join us in Lippert Scouts, our free community on Facebook and the Lippert Communities app. And we'll be back next week, the first full week, not even the first full week yet of May, but the first week of May coming up very shortly. I want to thank everyone for watching. We'll see you next week on Lippert Live.